While we didn't get a look at any gameplay in the new Death Stranding trailer, the latest video did give us more concrete hints about the world and characters Kojima Productions is building. Both trailers start in a similar way, but in this new one we get a very clear shot of the black wires going inside the dead crabs. This is cryptic foreshadowing for the literal manifestation of the rope mechanic that game director Hideo Kojima hinted at in our E3 interview. But it also calls to mind Gyo, Junji Ito's sci-fi horror manga about an invasion of technobiologically reanimated sea creatures. Ito, the renowned horror manga creator, was said to have been involved with the Silent Hills team along with Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Given del Toro's involvement with this new project, it wouldn't be a surprise to see Ito's influence show up again here. But remember, this is all speculation. Moving forward in the trailer, we see a number of World War II-era fighter planes overhead, with black cords trailing behind them. That upside-down rainbow in the backdrop is actually a rare meteorological event called a circumzenithal arc, caused by light refracting through ice crystals in the atmosphere instead of water droplets. Perhaps a hint that Death Stranding's world is experiencing significant environmental distress. We also get a look at what appears to be a bombed-out city. The era becomes uncertain once Guillermo del Toro's character turns around. His modern-day suit and a pin that reads Bridges, United Cities of America immediately grounds Death Stranding in our own world, albeit some kind of alternate future. The spiderweb pattern on the pin branches out from the Washington, D.C. area, indicating del Toro is some kind of government figure. He also has a large scar running across his forehead. The tank on the bridge is another relic from the World War II era. As it goes by, you can see it bursting with entrails and a black cable trailing behind it. The tank's passing triggers a waterfall of the black, oil-like substance from the first trailer. This shot shows us two significant things. First, del Toro's character is wearing a glowing handcuff similar to the one Norman Reedus' character wore in the first trailer. And second, the tube that he plugs into the tank to reveal the baby inside seems to be hanging from his waist area, like some kind of mechanical umbilical cord. Look closely at the baby doll that floats by after this, and you'll see it isn't being swept along by the current, but being tugged by a cable tied to its leg. The cross-section scar on its abdomen is also identical to the one we've seen on Reedus' character. It isn't until the baby inside the tank opens his eyes and then closes one, something that the baby doll mirrors at the very end of the trailer, that del Toro's character decides to venture into the tunnel. Outside the now flooded tunnel, where there was once only rubble, we now get this shot showing hordes of dead dolphins and whales. Inside the tunnel, you'll notice a number of black handprints on the walls, which beckons back to the reveal trailer. Both the baby doll and a light in the distance begin to glow red, suggesting the baby doll is being controlled remotely. Perhaps it's endowed with some kind of psychic attributes and is being used as bait to lure del Toro's character further in. The biggest reveal in the trailer comes with the group of soldiers in the tunnel. A closer examination shows us they are World War II-era US paratroopers armed with M1 rifles. They are all skeletons except for the soldier in the middle, played by Mads Mikkelsen, who is also the only soldier with modern-day military gear. A massive cable emerging from Mikkelsen's waist area is hooked up to each soldier, beckoning back to that rope analogy mentioned earlier, and another suggestion that the cables serve as mechanical umbilical cords. Mikkelsen's character's ability to psychically command the dead soldiers he's hooked up to seems to hint at some kind of future where biotechnological necromancy is not only a possibility, but a major factor in the fighting of wars. We can speculate about a lot of things here, that Death Stranding is set in a world where humans can no longer conceive, and a diminishing population of young people necessitates the recycling of corpses for use as soldiers, but that theory says nothing of the World War II elements, which could indicate anything from time travel to a supernatural purgatory for fallen veterans. The oil-like substance is also a major factor here. We see it covering the face of Mikkelsen's character, but it disappears after his soldiers have carried out their orders. Is it some kind of compound that can manipulate matter, reminiscent of Gyo or Metal Gear Solid's nanomachines? Or is Kojima making a statement about the way literal oil influences where and why wars are fought? Given how cryptic both trailers have been, and absent of any gameplay footage, it's hard to say for sure what any of this means, but I can't wait to see where Kojima Productions takes this. If there's anything I missed in my breakdown, or if you have a theory of your own, please feel free to share it in the comments. And for everything Death Stranding, stay tuned to IGN.